Well, the issue of e-skills is certainly well known here because we have been discussing this topic for 20 years and maybe more. The critical issue, of course, is the way the debate was shaped. Some of you may remember that in the 80s there were people saying, well, we can see a lot of investment in ICT, but we don't see the productivity in the statistics. Then came the issue of IT doesn't matter, which was after the explosion of the internet bubble. Then came the issue that all the jobs will move to India. And now more recently, as the previous speaker said, the issue is whether IT creates jobs, whether is it possible to have also people employed in this field, and not just a few geniuses making enormous sum of money. So one of the critical problems has been in this context, who cares, who dares? Who would be able to develop not only a vision but also an action plan which is consistent over the long term? Because these issues, of course, usually when you make investment in ICT skills, usually you get the return investment after 5 or 10 years. So here the issue is not only complacency but also procrastination. Why are we waiting so long? The focus that we put on this topic was in DG Enterprise and Industry of the European Commission on the core issue of competitiveness, growth and jobs. So we have to look at the e-skills pyramid. So basically I would say that the foundation, of course, is the digital literacy that all of us must have. And now increasingly we see that young people use social networks, they use video games, etc. There are even people who were saying, John Tapscott, that they are digital natives. The problem is that they are not necessarily competent to work, of course, in businesses to apply those skills. So there is a need for strong ICT user skills. Then we have the ICT practitioner skills, the specialists, those who are developing, maintaining, servicing IT services and IT products. And then we have the top of the pyramid, which is here the managers, the entrepreneurs, those who are really able to use ICT, not just to automate, not just for productivity gains, but really to change business model, to change the rule of the game. And if we look at this pyramid and just reflect also a little bit what has just been said by the previous speaker, and if we look also the kind of ranking or the kind of rating that Europe may get compared to the rest of the world, I would say that for the layer, the foundations, the rating is very high. I think we're certainly probably the best in the world. I mean, the basic skills that we are providing to primary school pupils, to a lot of people in secondary school and university, is quite high. So the digital literacy in Europe is quite strong. Of course, we would like to reach 100% so that we can fully deploy e-government services, but it's very high. So I would say that we get a B. Now, if we look to practitioner skills and those occupational skills, I think compared to the rest of the world, we get a B-. And here we are on the severe threat, it's true, from people and graduates in India and China, which are growing very fast. Also, of course, between 5 and 10% only of these graduates are really able to work in a multinational, multicultural environment. But if we look, and we get a B- here, but if we look at the top of the pyramid, we get only a C. And this is where we have the greatest problem. It's not because we are lacking people with a very prestigious diploma from universities. Most of the